Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines Sunset Harbor DLC.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
My name is Sports Monkey, and welcome back to another video on my channel. For today, we are going to show you how to start your Cities Skylines city in 2021. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to show you the basics, road layout, how to add water to your city, how to add electricity, and then how to place certain districts around your city. So let's get started as soon as possible, aka right now. So the very first thing we need to do is make sure that our game is paused, which in 2021, the game usually does start out paused. Our second step is pretty simple. We're gonna create a $40 road. So before we create the $40 road, please look that none of the roads are actually available to use besides that one road. So if we create this $40 road, which we did, and I'll delete that right away, you create different options. So we have a one-way road option, we have a medium road option, and we have a couple different large road options. So our next step is we're gonna grab that one-way road and we're gonna go up 1,000, and then we're gonna go down 1,000. So this is how our traffic is going to go in and out of the city. So if we zoom out a tiny bit, you can see to the right that there's the ore industry right here, and to the left we do have some farmland, but we're gonna put our residential to the left and our industrial to the right, and then we'll try to fit everything else in between. So the next step is pretty simple. We're gonna go over to our intersections tool in our roads area, and we are gonna grab a small roundabout, and we're gonna bring it all the way up to about here, just to give ourselves space and our residents some time to get in and out of the city traffic wise, so it's not like a condensed traffic jam. So our third step after the roundabout is we're gonna just create a plus sign. Now you'll see exactly why we need to do the plus sign in 2 seconds. So we're gonna get rid of this, and our next step is we need to connect our one-way roads. So as you can tell, it's being a little fussy. So there's one, okay. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side where it just kind of goes like that. So now we have a way in and now we have a way out of the city. And the reason why we put that plus sign was so we can actually place these roads where they are currently located. If you don't and you delete this road, the integrity of that roundabout will be completely thrown off. So let's go to our fourth step. Our fourth step is we need to add a large road, a large 6-lane road. Now, is that completely necessary in this part of our build? Not really. You can also use a medium-sized road, but this road is going to get a lot of traffic regardless, so let's just use the large road. So let's go about 3,000 on each side, give or take. Okay, we'll do 3,040. That extra $40 is, it's not really, in essence, it's really not a big deal. So we have everything that's kind of evened out. Okay, perfect. So our next step is I want to create a neighborhood. So if you come over here and you can see that, you can see that we want to go about 10 units out. So we have our two-way road and we want to get in the neighborhood. So this is about 10 units, give or take, out. As you can see, the 10U, it's barely there, but you see it in the orange, 10U. So what we're going to do is go down 400. Actually, let's go down a little bit more than that. 480 works. So this next step is going to be very crucial for your neighborhood. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down by 440. And then we're going to go to the left 440. And then we're going to go up 4. So we're making a perfect square. The reason behind this is that every city skyline, like house or residential, industrial, or commercial, the biggest building you can build is a 4x4. Okay, as you can tell from the example I'm using right here. So what this enables us to do is put paths right down the middle where residents love walking, and basically that extra square gives them the ability to actually keep, they're able to use the paths, essentially. We're able to build the paths. If we went 400 by 400, we would not have that accessibility. So there we go. So now I will be honest with you, the how to start your City Skylines city in 2021, it does not look pretty. The reason behind that, you know, this is very boring. You can get away from the grids later on, and I'll show you exactly why.
Stop it. Get some help.
So this is our residential. I will fill in those districts later on, so bear with me. So now we're back up to here again. So we have 10 units. We want to build our commercial in this area, but what I like to do, this is me personally, I'm going to go down 480 like I did with the other ones, but I want a one-way road there. So the reason behind that is I want all of our trucks to go in this way. So we're going to do the same thing, the 440 by 440, because again, residents like to walk, so let's let them be able to walk to work. Now, I did make an error, as you can tell. I put the one-way roads. If you do make an error like I did, what you're going to do is you're going to hit this blue exclamation mark, and then you're just going to upgrade the road, and then there you go, problem solved. So now let's go back to creating our 440 by 440s. And the reason why everything is so condensed in the very beginning is because we don't have a lot of money. So the issue is power lines, water, electricity. We need to keep everything so close together because we might run, you know, we don't have enough money to spend on power lines. So let's, I'm going to add just a couple more. We do need to watch our money though. And again, I made the same mistake, but we'll fix that in 2 seconds. So not a big deal for a one-way road. So now again, just remember, hit that exclamation mark, upgrade the road. It doesn't cost you anything. Now we do need to remember one thing. We do need an out. So remember, we have a road in and a road out in order for our commercial to actually get out of our little commercial industrial zone. So we have that. That's no problem. So let's set up some of the industrial, and we can maintain the 4x4, which that's perfectly fine. 4x4x4. I'm just going to fill it in. For the time being, I'm going to fill it in. Usually I do the 4x4x4x4, but I'm just going to fill it in for the time being. So the next thing we need to do is the blue thing is called commercial. So commercial is like your Dunkin' Donuts, your retail and stuff like that. When you're building retail, make sure you put it on a major avenue so people have access to it. And that's exactly what we're doing over here. We're filling in our retail. Now you don't have to fill it in as blobby as I just did it, but I'm just doing this to show you for the time being. You can also make smaller buildings. You don't have to do the 400 by 4 or 4 by 4, excuse me. So right now we have all of the districts, and I am going to fill in these. So give me 1 second.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so we're back. Now, the next thing we need to do, so this is our fifth, I believe we're on step 5 or 6. So our next step is we need electricity. I don't like wind turbines. They only create, if you look at the bottom right of the wind turbine, it only creates 0 to 8 megawatts. I don't like that personally. I'm going to go with a coal power plant. So I want to place one right about here on the edge. The reason behind that is, first and foremost, see that red circumference, the red circle? That is the pollution it gives off. So basically, commercial and industrial, it doesn't matter if they're in pollution, but the residential buildings, like people's houses, they don't like it at all. So I'm going to place this lovely coal plant in the heart of our commercial district. And I want to put it on this edge because we're going to actually have to move. So see that hexagon of blue? That is where our electric is basically going throughout our entire city. So if you link anywhere with other blue, that means you're linking it, and you'll have power in your city. So far that's all that we need. So that's the electricity. We might need more power lines. We'll see later on. No problems at all. So the next step is water. So water is pretty tricky. So as you can tell, if you're playing the base game, you can have a water intake or water, well, they call it a water pump station, but this is the water intake and then the water drain pipe. The drain pipe, you can place both of those over here. Now, the issue with the drain pipe is that it creates pollution. So that's not a good thing. You don't want your river to be polluted. So what I'm going to do is something not, if you do have this, you can use the intake water treatment plant that I have over here. And again, it creates pollution. Then there's also noise pollution, as you can tell. So purple and red, we have noise pollution and pollution. So I'm going to actually place that right over here. So we just kind of keep that hidden. So what the intake facility is it's the water treatment plant where any sewage or anything like that will be taken care of. So now, as you can tell, I'm creating pipes throughout our city. Now, the blue halo that you see, everything in the blue will have water. So basically, well, actually right now, sewage. It'll have sewage treatment, excuse me. We have not created any source of water yet, but we're getting there, guys. So what we're gonna do, so every place around here has, so we connected it to our sewage. So every place around here has sewage treatment, which is fantastic. Now the next thing we need to do is create a water source. Again, you can go over to the river and use it, but I prefer not to because I don't want to move a bunch of power lines from here to there for no reason. So I'm going to grab this water tower and I'm going to place it right there. Now we do need to watch out. The water tower does create noise pollution, as you can tell in the screen. So we're going to click it right there. Now you're going to be like, Sports Monkey, you created something that needs power, which is 100% correct. But later on in this build, we can delete those power lines because we'll have a nice little grid. So let's kind of, okay, so what we need to do next is we have electricity, we have water, we have our districts. So what we now need to do is we actually, do not make one. I almost made a mistake. Make sure you have residential along here because that is where the power is coming from the power plant over here. We also need to put industrial right there. So we have so the grid goes across the road and goes over to our residential. Now what we're going to do next is I'm going to start the game. And then, so we have, everything is starting up, which is perfect. Now the very first next thing, so step number 6 is very simple. Lower the power budget to about, I'm going to go 65%. So as you can tell, we're lowering the power budget and while our city's growing, so it costs more, but we are saving ourselves hundreds of dollars by doing that. So if I click on here, if you guys remember, our power plant gives off 40 megawatts of power. Well, right now it's only producing 17. So that's saving us money and room to grow. What I mean by room to grow is that the ability to actually like add to the budget and add more power. So we're basically going to have the coal power plant for longer and it's going to last longer and we will actually be able to use it for, a good amount of time before we need another power plant. So what I need to do, I made that same mistake. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to fast forward this a little bit. Oh, I did not mean to do that. So you guys will see everything starting to fill in. I will be completely honest with you. When you see that minus 1,216, that happens because guess what? We need taxpayers to start paying taxes. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit and you guys will just see that soon enough, we'll be making lots of money and not have any worries at all. So I'll be right back, guys. Thank you guys for watching this. Please watch, to the very end and you'll see the end results and you'll see that this road layout will make you a lot of money and will easily make you successful for later on when you're building your city. So thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you guys in a couple seconds.
6.5 hours later.
So guys, as you can see that we are already making money. We have 324 residents, well 325 now. So we are already making money. We never made it dipped into the negatives at all. I feel good. So this is how you start your Cities Skylines city in 2021. The next video, I will definitely go through different steps on expansion, but for this video, this is just the basics of how to actually start your city. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section below, but please remember, like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you guys very much for watching.